Ndoro of Kenya has drawn lane 8. She's the national record holder, 22.91, set that this year. She hit the semi-final twice at the Commonwealth Games before. Tori Lewis, on her Commonwealth Games debut, broke her national record twice in the 100 metres and ended up with bronze in 10.99. Let's see what form she brings here over 200. Edouin of England is this year's British champion. She's also European under-23 champion last year in this 200 metre event. Alana Reid of Jamaica goes in 5. She helped the Jamaican team to a final position of 5th in the 4x100 at the Olympics and then went on to win the World Junior title. Frédérique Chesson of Canada goes in 4. She was very close to her season's best of 23.14 in the heat. Beyoncé de Freitas of the British Virgin Islands goes in 3. She only missed out on the 100 metre final by a couple of positions. She won her heat, bounced back well from that disappointment yesterday. Asameni Simwaka of Malawi will go in lane 2. She was 4th in Birmingham over 400 metres and she holds a national record for Malawi, 22.91. Obi Jennifer Chukwuka of Nigeria. She won her heat in a PB of 23.26 yesterday, but a tough lane draw for the 21-year-old. Deep breath from Success Edouin, having a good season, the Englishwoman progressing, improving, and this is the next test in her career. First of 3 semi-finals. Bronze medalist from the 100 metres, Tori Lewis of Australia, goes in lane 7. Good start from Tori Lewis. You'd expect that with a 100 metre form and the fresh legs. The day off yesterday. Tori Lewis already made up ground on Ndoro. Jamaican going well. Alana Reid as well. And Success Edouin has come off the bend. Brilliant here. The Englishwoman high stepping into the last 50 metres. These three so closely matched. Jamaica, England, Australia going for 2 spots. 3 athletes. One's going to miss out there. I think it could be Success Edouin in the middle. The Englishwoman just tied up slightly in the last 10 metres. She was coming under such pressure from Reid, the World Junior champion, on her inside, and Tori Lewis, the bronze medalist from the 100 metres here on the outside. We should let the officials absolutely figure out that photo finish. But a great run from all of those athletes. I was particularly impressed there by Success Edouin's transition off the bend. It was a good bend, but it was transferring that to the straight is part of the skill. And I think Edouin did that the best, and perhaps even surprised herself by being in the lead coming into the home straight.
Yeah, Success Edouin ran a fantastic bend, as you said, Hannah. And then as she hit that home straight, it had a commanding lead. You expected Tori Lewis to get that fast start. She's a 100 metre specialist, and she's going to get away from the blocks very, very quickly with that 3rd place just a couple of days ago. But what I was more impressed with was how Tori Lewis managed to come back in the closing stages of the 200 metres. She sort of managed to claw Edouin back in again. But that was a very, very close race. Lewis gets at a fantastic start. She's up on the athlete in lane 8 straight away. And it's just coming out of the bend now that Edouin starts to sort of get a grip of the race. It's this transition from the bend into the straight that not all athletes manage to execute. Really, they were brilliant bend runners or great straight runners, but to do both. But then I think Edouin just starts to tie up a little bit. She's got Reid on her inside, Lewis on her outside, and just that pressure from both sides.
You can see Edouin is describing it so well, Danny. It's just the knee lift's gone as well, hasn't it? And this is the biggest stage she's competed on, and you can see Lewis and Reid have been credited with the first 2 spots, 22.64 for the pair of them. That's automatic qualification through to the final. And Success Edouin on 22.65 is going to go take a hot seat. And nice celebration from Tori Lewis. Job done. A really strong following wind here in Glasgow. I would have expected a tiny bit faster, but here we are. Edouin and Chesson will watch the next 2 semi-finals and hope that their times stand the test. Lewis and Reed, first and second, both credited with 22.64. Edouin, 22.65, and Chasson, 22.98.
In the lead, it's every one of those 4 valid marks would have been good enough for gold, or is good enough for first place at the moment.
Second of 3 semi-finals coming up. So competitive, so closely matched in that first one. Have a look how this second unfolds. Remember, first 2 across the line, automatically into tomorrow's final.
Well, let's take a look as this shot takes us round the bend. Drone shot to the 8 athletes lined up there for this second of 3 semi-finals, the women's 200 metres. There's Ashanti Veronica Pereira of Singapore. 29-year-old's best is 23 seconds exactly this year. Semi-finalist in the 100 a couple of days ago. 22.57, her lifetime best. Ashanti Moore goes in lane 7 for Jamaica. Her personal best set in Budapest last year. Semi-finalist at the World Championships last year too. Adeja Hodge, well, she's Dutch's favourite here. Great lane draw too for the British Virgin Islands athlete. She's world number 2 this year. Won the NCAA title. Her coach Gerald Furry was a world-class sprinter for Zambia. He's their record holder. Monique Hanlon goes in 5 for Australia, 3rd in the Australian Championships. Marie-Louise Leclerc goes in 4th for Canada. Many relay spots for her over the years, 2nd in the Canadian 200 and her personal best. There's Oluyinka Olajide of Nigeria. She goes in 3, the 21-year-old. 23.62 in her heat. There's Scotland's Alison Bell. She goes in lane 2. 23.38 in her heat, and that's a season's best for her. She has run 23.01, and Winfrida Mackenzie of Tanzania goes in lane 1. Best of 23.88 this year, and that is her lifetime best. Indeed, it was in her heat here, a national record for Mackenzie, but she's still in that inside lane. So Hanlon of Australia in 5. 22.60 this season is her lifetime best. She's only 22. The second heat of the women's, second semi, I should say, of the women's 200 metres. The first 2 go through by right. So away they go there. I thought they might be recalled with that ripple of applause going around the stadium. Really good running from a Hodge there in lane 6 in the blue of the British Virgin Islands. As you'd expect, she leads by quite a margin, 2 or 3 metres coming into the straight now, and she's storming away with this one. Good running from the Jamaican Ashanti Moore there in 7, left to picture. She's working hard, but look at Adeja Hodge easing back on the throttle, 30 metres out, 22.01, and it's legal, plus 1.7. What could she have done if she had run hard to the line? She'd have gone a long way under 22 seconds. Her season's best, her lifetime best, 21.68. It tops the world rankings, or it puts her second in the world rankings, excuse me, behind Julian Alfred. I think she could probably have threatened her lifetime best if she'd run hard there through the last 50 or so. Well, a games record there for Adeja Hodge with a legal win that was very, very helpful. Plus 1.7, just legal, Danny, but she blew them away over the first 50.
She did. She blew them away from the second she left the blocks. That she ran a really, really strong bend, and then into the home straight, that transition, very, very powerful. And as you said, she's cruising across the line. That is a marker to put down for the rest of the athletes. But for me, Ashanti Moore as well, bringing in for the silver medal position out in lane 7, because she was under pressure from Adeja Hodge within the first 20 metres of the race. So she did really, really well not to let that affect her performance.
Yes, absolutely right. Hodge and Moore 1 and 2 there. Hodge winning it by more or less a second and a half, and that game's record, a clear indication of how historically significant that run is from Adeja Hodge, the sort of form she's in. She's only 22, she's a youngster, born in Tortola, in the British Virgin Islands. Her best times, her best years ahead of her. And Pereira and Hanlon in second and third, and Pereira does get a hot seat spot, so I think the third placer in that.
Just going to combine the results. We'll probably wait for the conclusion of this women's 200 metres before we catch up totally with what that means with the decathlon. This is the third semi-final. What about Adeja Hodge breaking the games record there in that previous semi-final? Mia Gross goes in lane 8 for Australia. She was second at the Oceania Championships over 400 and then won gold in the 200. Audrey Leduc goes in lane 7 for Canada. She's a national record holder and she was really close to it when she won the national championships this year. She was 6th in the 100 a couple of days ago. Lavanya Williams of Jamaica goes in 6th. She was the fastest in round 1 with 22.91. Shaniqua Bascom of Trinidad and Tobago goes in 5. She had a bye through to this round thanks to 22.68 clocking this season. Olivia Fotopoulou of Cyprus goes in 4. 22.65 a couple of years ago. She's been close to that this season. Elisa Smith of Guyana will go in 3. She had a bye as well thanks to a 22.78 ran in May. Journey Nyamsata of the Gambia goes in 2. She ran 23.74 to qualify for this semi-final, and Antonique Strawn, a lifetime best of 22.15 from 2023. She's double world junior champion a few years ago, Strawn. 23.52, the best so far for her this season. There are the two hot seat athletes. Success Edouin of England, 22.65, and Veronica Shanti Pereira of Singapore, 22.81. That's the target if you're outside the top 2 here in this third semi-final. He's just been asked to stand up. There's a bit of crowd noise going on. It's mainly involved in the decathlon high jump. Athletes going for third and final attempts at certain heights, asking for support from the crowd. Green card for this semi-final. They'll be invited back into their blocks. Strawn of Bahamas is in 1. Naima Sata of the Gambia in 2. Smith of Guyana in 3. Fotopoulou of Cyprus in 4. Bascom of Trinidad and Tobago in 5. Williams of Jamaica in 6. Leduc of Canada in 7. And Gross of Australia in lane 8. And they are away this time, despite a bit more crowd noise. This is the final semi-final for the women's 200 metres. Top 2 get a spot in the final. Canada, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago off the crest of the bend, almost together. What a run here from Bascom of Trinidad and Tobago. 50 metres to go. The head is starting to bob for Bascom, but she's going to pull clear of the field. 22.32. That's the second fastest time we've seen here across the semi-finals. Adeja Hodge. Incredible scenes in that second semi-final, breaking the game's record with 22.01. And if that hadn't just happened, this would be really impressive from Shaniqua Bascom. It's a good measured race, and then had something there in the last 50 metres. But Edouin and Pereira, I think from their body language, they think they've done enough here to make the final. Bascom with 22.31. She was quite a way ahead of everybody else. Feel quite spread out here in this third semi-final.
Shaniqua Bascom, she runs a really good bend. She's got Williams and Leduc on her outside that she can track round the bend. But it's this, once again, it's this transition into the home straight, and she really starts to pull away. She does the damage from like 1 to 150, and then that last 50 metres, she's got that 5 metre lead ahead of Williams just on her outside. A really strong performance from Bascom there in lane 5. And he even got the sunglasses on. Doesn't even need the racing shades.
That was really impressive from Bascom, and I think we've seen good example of that bend to straight conversion here. But semi-final 3 won by Bascom 22-31. Lavanya Williams coming through for the second place in 22-71. And that means the two time qualifiers are Success Adawan and Veronica Shanti Pereira. That's the 8 women that will advance to the final. Adeja Hodge breaking the games record in the semi-final. Surely the favourite for gold.
Well, back to this triple jump now. It's been building nicely.
So Wagwan Jamaica. So hello everyone. I hope that you are all doing well. So kindly guys, if it's for the first time that you are coming across my video, feel free to share, comment, and also don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And for the returning ones, I want to appreciate you for the love and support that you are showing. So I hope that you have watched the entire race till the end. It was a very competitive and very beautiful race. So Jamaican has stood up yet again and showcased the world that in this track and field, you know, they are the beast. In this track and field, you know, they will continue conquering. So you have seen that, you know, Jamaican has that winning spirit. Even you could see from before the race has started, the Jamaican just looked relaxed. They just looked like they were ready. You know, when your opponent just look relaxed, just know that he or she is ready. So Jamaican has really pulled out a good performance, and they have really made Jamaican famous. And not only Jamaican, us, you know here guys in Kenya, Jamaican has a big fan base. They have also made us happy, and I want to congratulate them. You know, that race showcased that Jamaican, you know some people are saying like Jamaican has luck, but you know, Jamaican has a good history of winning and dominating the track and field. We all know this guy, Usain Bolt. Although people are saying that he retired a bit early, you know, Usain Bolt really did a lot of things. He really broke a lot of record. He really set new record, and he had a good pace. So Jamaican has a good history. Even you could see during that race, the commentator was like mentioning Jamaican most of the time, because you know, Jamaican is a big brand, and you know, when you are big guys, you know, all eyes are on you. On that race, you know, Jamaican is a famous country, and you know, when you have a race and there is Jamaican name on the list, you know, many eyes, all eyes, you know, are there watching, because they want to see, you know, Jamaica. You know, this Jamaican, many people talk about it. You know, this Jamaican as an history. People want to see for themselves. People want to see how Jamaican carry themselves. People want to see what does Jamaican do to win these races, because you know, Jamaican for sure are the best in this track and field. And that's why I've come across a certain video, and I saw, you know, athletics nowadays, they try to hire coaches from Jamaican, because they have seen that, you know, defeating Jamaican is not easy. Some even go to an extent of traveling all the way from their European nation, all the way from their countries to Jamaica to train with the best, because they have seen defeating Jamaican is not easy. And that's I think Jamaican have really showcased the world that, you know, they are the best. You know, they have some upcoming youths. There is this young youth called Brian Level, and he is dominating back there in under 17, and that showcased that Jamaican is in safe hands. Jamaican will continue dominating more and more. We'll be hearing Jamaican name a lot of times, because we feel very happy seeing that Jamaican will be dominating in this track and field. When you have those young youths, you know, dominating. And I think, you know, Jamaican, you know, many people are like, you know, they want to dig deep to see what Jamaican uses, but you see, Jamaican winning spirit is in, like, it is in their genetics. It's like in their blood, because you know, most of the Jamaicans, you know, they keep watching, they keep learning from the best. You know, when they see like Usain Bolt, how he works, you know, when they see these big names like Sharika Jackson, Tia Clinton, Elaine Thompson, you know, they want to be like them. So they train very good, you know. They have they get, you know, some good experiences. So I want to congratulate those athletics, because they have really made Jamaican famous, and not only Jamaican, they have made us, the fan base, you know, outside the Caribbean, very, very happy. So guys, you can leave a comment, you can comment something to congratulate them, or even a word of prayer, so that God can protect them, because we want to see Jamaican winning a lot of gold. We want to see Jamaican winning more gold. So guys, if it's for the first time that you are coming across my video and you like, you know, this seeing, you know, about Jamaicans, seeing these sprinters, see how Jamaicans carry themselves. You know, Jamaica is a big brand and many people are following about Jamaica. You can subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification, so that we can continue with this Jamaican chapter. So guys, before I forget, I want to appreciate you for the 1,000 subscribers, and I hope that you really enjoyed the video. So guys, stay safe, one love.